course, we always had the set up to where there was the white meat platter, and then there was that mystery dark meat platter.
Yeah,
that
not
nobody
so sure
took.
about the dark meat. Not
looked
so
like-
sure about that.
looked like a turkey that had cancer or something.
Welcome back to The Musers, the podcast. This is episode 23, The Fart Walk.
Hey, welcome to episode 3 of the Musers, the podcast. That's 23.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm Gordon.
I'm George.
I'm Craig.
All right, it's time to get started. Now, we have not done a podcast since we all got together for Thanksgiving over at George's house, and that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, y'all drank way too much, but it was fun.
We did. I hate that I broke my sobriety, my 15-year sobriety
It's
with
Thanksgiving.
George's
What are you gonna
homemade
do?
wine.
I thought it was great until we all started talking politics.
Yeah, I know. It
Whose
just got
idea was that?
so divisive. We were all trying to out-MAGA each other and out-progressive each other. It was wonderful. No, the three of us have never spent a Thanksgiving together.
Except when we used to work on Thanksgiving doing our radio show.
We
Remember?
did that?
Oh, yeah.
Did
for
we really?
many, many years. We would even bring in turkey and dressing, and
Yeah, I
we'd
guess
have a
that's
meal
right.
up there.
We do the morning, then go home.
Yeah, I bet we did our radio show on Thanksgiving Day probably 5, maybe even 10 times back in the early days.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we have kind of spent Thanksgiving together. You're right, not
That
at
doesn't
each
sound
other's
fun.
not at each other's home. You know, there was actually something kind of fun about it because we were at work, but it was a holiday and it felt like we were kind of in the bunker together.
Yeah, it kind of feels like a substitute teacher day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of a holiday while you're still at school.
Yeah, we didn't have to do a real show that day.
Right. All right, we're going to do some many fun Thanksgiving things that we have planned today. But first, as always, we have to start off with our letter of the week. Now, if you, the good podcast listener, would like to send in a letter, make a submission, you can email us at themuserspod@gmail.com. That's our email address. This comes to us from Aaron, or Aaron, I guess.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Says, hey, fellas, love what you're doing. Oh, that's very sweet. And love what you're doing to your bodies. I don't even know what that means. Says, George mentioned during the bucket list episode of the Musers of the podcast that he wanted to take a drive to California and maybe even up to Oregon.
Mhm.
Aaron says, it's like you were speaking right to me, Giorgio, and I just had
Okay.
to email in. He said, I actually did that drive with my girlfriend last summer. I moved her down from Portland, so we decided to make a mini vacation in a budget truck. We drove down along the coast of Oregon and California through the gorgeous valleys, thick forest, and sheer cliffs, and every kind of small fishing town. We drove through a portion of the Redwood Forest north of San Francisco, drove through downtown, and then chose to bypass L.A. by cutting through at Bakersfield. And he
Smart.
said, we eventually made it through Arizona. We stopped at the Grand Canyon, then straight through to New Mexico. Saw Albuquerque, but didn't stop. Then down the Panhandle via 287. He said it was awesome.
I bet.
He said he recommends you do this trip while you have the energy, George. I don't know what that
Maybe
is.
it's by tomorrow.
It's
Maybe.
kind of a shot across your bow there. And to stop along the 1 or the 101 any chance you want to take a picture. So it's all very picturesque. And Gordon, you're absolutely right. It was one of the most romantic drives I've ever taken. I felt so connected to America and really appreciate the beauty of our country and the different biomes.
That's great.
Yeah, said thanks for your time and kiss each other on the mouth for me.
Okay. Well, if we're gonna
Okay.
do that, but
I don't know about that.
yeah, I've always wanted to take the drive from Texas to California, and the drive going up the one on in California up to Oregon. That has to be a top 5 drive in America
Yeah, I would think
on
so.
that coast. Yeah.
That's my favorite part of the country. Anything from Texas over the American Southwest. I just
Mhm.
love the wide open spaces, the big skies, the rock formations, the mountains, the desert. It's got it all. Lots of great wildlife. And if you do part of that on what's left of Route 66, that's really cool too.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can go through some of the old towns. When I drive up to New Mexico a lot from Texas, and you go through Tucumcari, and I always take the business route, get off the highway, the interstate, do the business route, and it is stepping back in time. And a lot of those hotels that were booming in the 40s and 50s are now empty, but it's great. You feel like you're in 1950 driving down that road.
Yeah, but isn't it also depressing because it's a ghost town?
It
so
is.
You get a little bit of that feeling of faded glory, faded
Yes.
energy.
But there are a
But
couple,
I want to see it.
you should do it
Yeah.
because there are a couple diners that are still open, and you go in and you feel like Kerouac must have sat right here in this booth, and it's really cool, but also depressing.
Someday.
And so it was the big highways that put Route 66 out of the
Yeah.
business when we built the huge highways that
Yeah.
bypassed all those little towns.
I think I told you guys when I was a kid living in Oklahoma City, our first house that we lived in there was 1 block off of Route 66.
Really?
Yeah, we lived on 37th Street. It was actually 2 blocks, and 39th was old Route 66.
Okay.
Think of how many famous people came down through there back in the
know.
day
I know it.
and didn't say hi to you. All right, so I have a Thanksgiving-related story I will tell a little bit later that relates to Route 66 and the Great American Road Trip. But first, I do want to talk about Thanksgiving, and I have a question today.
This
For
is
both
the
of
part
you.
of the podcast where he rags on turkey.
Question: Is Thanksgiving overrated, or is it simply just not that great? And we'll start with you, George. Go ahead and let you.
What do you have against Thanksgiving?
I don't have anything against Thanksgiving. I just think that perhaps you overrated a little bit too much, and your overrating of it has led you to slag on Christmas.
No, I don't take anything away from Christmas, but it kicks off the holiday season.
It does.
It's an incredible family gathering day, and that's more and more important to me as my kids get older. And I was telling Craig today, I don't see my kids every Thanksgiving now because they're married. And we have that rotating thing where they may be at their in-laws one particular year, but this year they were all home, and it was awesome. There were several times during the day where I just looked around and thought, this is great. 4 different generations, and it was wonderful. The food was great. The conversation was great. And yeah, it's a wonderful, wonderful day.
And you get football.
And we got an incredible Cowboys game. Yeah, it was great.
I would almost make the case that Thanksgiving is better than Christmas. Now,
I'm going to back away from this microphone.
I still have Christmas ranked number 1, but I love Thanksgiving, and part of it is that family element. At Thanksgiving, we traditionally go to my Aunt Mary's house, and it's 30 people. It's aunts, uncles, parents, kids, cousins. And this year we traveled up to the Northeast. We went to Connecticut to visit family, and we had a house full there as well. It's more family oriented, I think, than even Christmas.
Maybe that's why I hate it.
Okay, let's examine this.
Those are your own issues with your family that you can sort through, but it's more of a family reunion at Thanksgiving. And Christmas, each family wants to do kind of their own Christmas morning with their kids. And,
Yeah.
and so that's the element, and it is the gateway to the holidays, and it's maybe the first time you can actually have a fire, and you have this feast, and you have football. It's just, I love Thanksgiving.
Boy, I do too. And this Thanksgiving, I assembled 2 roll-away cots for my grandkids.
What do you
And
mean,
it just,
like actually built them? You're talking about,
yeah, the assembly was required. It wasn't that hard.
so they were brand new.
Still took me several hours because
How long does it take you to build a cot?
Man, try to shimmy in the end piece. That
It's
has
got to go
2
in
pipes
at the
that go in
same
yes,
time.
Yes,
If
you got to
get
go
it
to the same.
cockeyed,
And you
it'll-
get one that's barely on, then the other one slips off. And you get that one on. It took forever, but anyway, it brought up great memories because when we went to my grandparents' house, we would sleep on roll-away cots, and I went, "Holy cow! I've become my grandparents now." And I just wondered, man, what are they gonna think
Remember
about?
this.
What are they going to say to each other tonight as they're going to sleep on these cots? And yeah, it's just great. It's just, it's such a great family day. And if your family's 4 to 6 people, or like our Thanksgiving day, we had 24 people at my house.
Pretty good.
And it was great. It was a wonderful day.
So growing up, we did every Thanksgiving at my paternal grandfather's house. I had a very unusual childhood in that every single big holiday, the extended family all got together.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking, 3-4 generations, like you were talking about that you did this year.
Do you think
Georgia.
that's changing, by the way?
I think that it is, because even when I was a kid, this had a feeling like this was an older person's tradition because a lot of my family, they all lived in the same town.
Yeah.
They weren't wealthy. People weren't spread out over America and had travel budgets and stuff. It just seemed like everyone, and so people got together. That's just what that generation did. My grandmother's generation that came through World War II, which was kind of your dad's generation,
Right.
Giorgio. And, but we all gathered at my Grandma Mary's house. That was her name,
Yeah.
which was odd because she eventually became a grandmother. But
Perfect name then.
yeah. And so we got together at her house and it was probably in that 30 to 40 people range. And you got to see all these characters that have eventually made it onto the air later on
Sure. Yeah.
in our radio career. But it was the greatest study in humanity ever. It was just so fun listening to all those old World War II guys. They would all be smoking in the kitchen or maybe out up under the carport and telling stories about old guys they knew and just laughing and cutting up and getting quiet when the kids would come around there, so you knew a great story was being told then. And then just the feast and Aunt Nancy's banana pudding. And then you got Aunt Glenda's so-and-so dish. And then there were always the mystery dishes of the green beans that had corn flakes on top of them, whatever that thing
Yeah,
is.
some sort of cream soup in there. Yeah.
There's always these
Yeah.
traditional family dishes.
Yeah, half of the Thanksgiving dishes don't look appetizing.
No, they don't. And as a kid, we would mainly just load up on a bunch of rolls, it seemed like.
Yes.
Boy, those were always good.
Rolls
Whether
were
you're
huge.
a kid or an adult, the rolls are always big time.
Yeah, and are rolls still using the same technology they used then? I don't know
think
whether
so.
my grandmother, I remember yeast rolls being a big deal, and those tasted really good. I don't even know what a yeast roll is.
Well, I guess one that has to rise, huh?
Yeah, you have to
there.
set them out for, I don't know, several months in advance. I don't know what it happens, but it seemed like it was a production making the yeast rolls. But it was great. And I did love Thanksgiving because we did it at that same house throughout my whole childhood. And there was always the worst football game ever that got organized for the front
yeah.
yard.
Yeah,
Always a tradition.
absolutely.
And the football would only be used when we went to her house. And she didn't live in the same town as we did. We traveled over there. That's when the kids would get together.
So it was
and play.
deflated.
Always deflated. No inflator within
Right.
50 miles. So we had to play with a deflated football.
Well, you probably found the pump, but no one had a needle.
Oh, yeah.
Anyone have a
Yeah.
needle?
Always lost
Where
the
do you
needle.
keep them? So many flat footballs.
But yes, it was fantastic. And I do love Thanksgiving
yeah.
for that reason. I hate Thanksgiving for the reason that you love it so much, though.
Okay, here is the part where Gordon bags on
Yeah.
what we eat for Thanksgiving.
Because, and I'm just going to say it, because we're in a podcast, right?
Yeah,
So
say what you. Yeah,
you can say whatever you want. Turkey is the worst food of all time.
I don't think I'd go that far.
It is like even turkeys hate that they're made of turkey because it
So
embarrasses
good.
them.
It,
Name-
I wouldn't go that far, but I do kind of agree with you in that it's overrated. I much would prefer a chicken or red meat or fish or
Yes.
anything. Turkey's just kind of a spare white meat.
It was always spare. And then of course, we always had the set up to where there was the white meat platter and then there was that mystery dark meat platter.
yeah.
that
Not
nobody
so sure about
took.
the dark meat. Not
looked
so
like-
sure about that.
It looked like a turkey that had cancer or something.
Okay. Yeah, not so sure about that. But it depends on how you cook them. It depends on how you flavor them. And if you just went with some, generic dry turkey, then I could see why you're thinking, okay, this is overrated. But if you infuse it correctly
Infuse it.
or smoke it, or, call this lazy, but last couple of years, we get our turkey from a barbecue place that does it for us.
Yeah,
And you
that's
tell-
good.
Yeah.
And
That's the
it's
thing with turkey.
so good.
If you trick turkey up with smoke flavor or barbecue sauce, now you're talking because it de-emphasizes the turkey aspect of turkey.
That's why you put gravy on it.
Yeah, never been a
Well,
big
see, I
gravy
don't. I
person.
don't put gravy,
You
but no. In my mom's old recipe for stuffing or dressing, whatever you want to call it, my sister still makes, and her cranberry sauce, which is she makes fresh. It's not from the can. It's so incredible. I seriously could eat that every day.
All right, wait a second. Cranberry sauce has to come from the can
No.
because part of the whole experience is that it maintains that can shape when you put it on the plate.
No,
the serving plate.
This has been ground up and it's
Ugh.
fresh cranberries
Ugh.
and oranges and oh man, it's so good.
There's also something we used to have when I was a kid called ambrosia.
Oh yeah.
It had weird marshmallows on the top
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah,
And
That
just,
always
not so
looked-
sure about that.
Looked too gross to me.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I can't defend ambrosia.
I somehow made it through 18 childhood Thanksgivings without ever having a taste of it. So I call that a success.
And we don't, at least I don't eat pieces of pie any other time during the year. But at Thanksgiving and
Mhm.
Christmas, they
You
taste
don't?
great. No.
Apparently, I've been doing Thanksgiving every day of my life.
I mean, I may have the occasional key lime pie or something, maybe, but not very often.
Pumpkin pie. I'll eat pumpkin pie around Thanksgiving and then no other pie the rest of the year.
That's right.
Maybe a piece of chocolate pie here and there.
Yeah.
Well, it should be called Thanksgive Up. That's the
Oh,
word
my
that I have for
gosh.
that holiday. No, it was great. It was fine, and I got you a little gift, a Thanksgiving Day gift, Giorgio.
Okay. Oh, this is going to be
I got a story
a
for
story
you,
gone wrong on Thanksgiving.
and you get to read this because
oh, gosh.
this is from an actual doctor for your health. That this is something that this doctor is recommending.
Okay.
Okay, this doctor, the headline says, doctor recommends taking a fart walk on Thanksgiving.
After the big meal.
Yes. Okay, gosh, it's a woman doctor too. That's uncomfortable.
What does that have
Because
to do with
men
it?
and women
They
should
can
not,
be doctors too.
They
Yeah,
can
why do you think
be.
that women
I'm
should
sure
enter
she's
the
a-
medical field?
I'm sure she's a terrific doctor, but it's just uncomfortable for men and women to talk about farts.
Why do you say that?
It just is. It's something we shouldn't talk about together. I don't know what it is. Okay, this is Dr. Tricia Pasricha.
Yeah,
guess is
I
her
think
last
you
name,
nailed it.
Paprika?
I think you did a great job.
Pasricha.
Paprika.
After indulging in a big Thanksgiving meal, many may experience discomfort. But Dr. Tricia, she says and suggests a simple remedy with a memorable name called the fart walk.
I take a fart walk every day.
Yeah, Craig's been crop dusting his neighborhood 365.
And of course, she starts her sentence with so. So the fart walk is the highly scientific term for just a walk that you take for about 10 to 15 minutes shortly after eating a big meal, like the kinds we're all going to be having tomorrow. She says this the day before Thanksgiving. And what it does to help relieve bloating and flatulence, in addition to easing bloating. And there's actually a second very good reason to engage in the fart walk, which is that going for a walk after eating actually helps prevent spikes in your blood sugar. So kind of bring those blood sugar levels down.
Why'd
she
you have to add
says.
that? So kind of bring those
Sort of.
So I'd not heard of this, that if you take a walk, it brings your blood sugar level down,
Yeah,
regardless of what you've eaten before.
I guess so. I'm sorry. I was distracted with the last line of the article that says,
Oh, she's written a book, hasn't she?
yeah, she's written a book called Ask the Doctor. And it's
That's
a column
not that
for
original.
It's
No,
a
that's her
column,
column.
That's her column in the Washington Post.
Oh.
And she delves deeper into the gut science in her book. The name of the book is You've Been Pooping All Wrong. Okay, that's enough of Dr. Tricia.
All wrong.
Huh.
Not just a little bit wrong.
All wrong.
All wrong.
Actually, a lot of times it does feel like I've been pooping wrong.
It's
So
always a wrong activity.
I'd like to read this book.
Yeah, I guess sometimes we all get up and go, man, that was just wrong. Whatever
Yeah.
happened just happened right there.
So I think I got lost on Thanksgiving one time. No, that was Christmas. When I was a kid, I went out for a walk. It was not one
You
of
got
these
lost?
walks. It was on Christmas, yeah, and I got lost in this neighborhood in Jackson, Mississippi. And
Like how old?
I was probably 10
Oh, no.
and gone for a couple hours, wandering around the streets of Jackson. turning to a
Did your
life of
parents
crime
wonder
to
about you?
survive. Yes, they had a whole search party after me.
Oh, my
Do you know what happened? Did you just?
I think that I got distracted because I'd gotten a Mickey Mouse watch for Christmas, and I would really love this Mickey Mouse watch. And so a lot of the times while I was walking, I would be looking down at my watch, so I wasn't paying attention to my surroundings and, kind of memorizing the streets that I'm going by and knowing the way back. So then I just realized I'd walked for 30, 45 minutes, and I was completely lost.
But were you trying to get away from the family, or did you just want to explore?
No, I just wanted to explore.
Okay.
It was just, yeah.
You weren't running away like
No,
we
I
always used
wasn't
to
running
threaten
away.
to do.
This was at my dad's aunt. We called her Aunt Mary Jane, but it wasn't a pot reference.
Oh, okay. I get it.
Is my dad's Aunt Mary Jane. We all called her that. And it was at her house, which is a smaller house. And there was a lot of smoke in that house.
Isn't
Because
that
Mary Jane was
something
married to Jimmy Barnett. That was weird. We called him Jimmy Barnett. His last name was Barnett. And we called him Jimmy Barnett.
You didn't just call him
Was there
your Uncle Jimmy? Or,
Yeah.
was there another Jimmy you were trying to
I
distinguish
guess my
from?
dad was called Jimmy when he was growing up, so maybe that's why I don't know why they did it.
Okay.
I don't know why I never thought it was weird until I just said it to you guys. Anytime we referenced him, it was always his full name.
I never thought of your dad as a Jimmy.
I know, yeah. He grew up as Little Jimmy.
Interesting.
But yeah, I got lost. Thought that was on Thanksgiving, but that was on Christmas, which we're heading into Christmas.
Yes, we are.
Don't you love Thanksgiving also because the leaves are all changing? Like when we went up to Connecticut this last weekend for this Thanksgiving, I guess because our seasons are all messed up now, they still had the fall foliage. So you had all the yellow leaves and the red and the orange, and just you don't get that at Christmas. The trees are bare by Christmas.
Yeah, I don't care about that stuff.
Oh, that
my
adds to it
gosh,
for
I bet
me.
it was
Yeah.
awesome up there. That is
My
late
computer
for
has
up there,
better
isn't it?
graphics than real life. So.
Gosh, he really feels that way.
None of you guys participated in Friendsgiving, correct? None of us have had a
No.
Friendsgiving party.
I've done that. I've gone to a couple Friendsgiving parties, like when we had to keep working through the holidays, and my parents were at the time living down in Galveston. I couldn't make it down there to my sister's house in Austin. I went to a couple Friendsgivings, but I've never hosted one.
I've never been to one or hosted one.
They're not
No.
bad.
I don't even remember this term until a few years ago.
Yeah, when I went, this is 20 years ago, we didn't call it that. It was just, hey, a get together at a friend's house.
Yeah, get together. Why do we have to relabel it Friendsgiving? I guess we need a cute name for it.
Yes,
And
you got to market
it's
it
great.
somehow.
Fine. If that makes people more apt to get together with people
Yeah.
and actually get together. I can't remember the last time like I got together with a bunch of friends and had a party.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of sad.
I know.
That's kind of sad.
You know what? I can't remember having friends. I don't know that I ever had friends. Okay, so Thanksgiving was good.
Yep.
We all survived.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
How long is it okay to still be eating off the buffet table that's been put in the fridge?
I would say 3 to 4 days. After that, I think it gets a little blinky.
I have a theory that pies never go bad.
Mm.
You know, that's interesting you bring that up because do you keep like the pecan and the pumpkin pie at room temperature or you put them in the fridge?
Put them in the fridge.
Do you
So
have
we-
this?
You leave
theory?
them out.
We kept ours out.
Yeah, you're supposed to
Interesting.
put them in the
Dangerous?
fridge. Well, do you have this theory because anytime you go into a restaurant that serves pie, they always have that pie display and it looks like they've been in there for years
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they seem okay.
That's
And
at
they
room
do.
temperature. Yeah.
they always last. I just don't think that pies go bad. And so, like, we'll make about 4 or 5 pumpkin pies for Thanksgiving, and I'll eat on that for the next month.
The next month.
Yeah, just go in there and
4 weeks later, you
graze on
See, I
pumpkin
don't
pie.
think I wouldn't go more than a week, I don't think.
According to AI, pies can go bad and their shelf life depends on the type of pie and how it's stored. Fruit pies can be left at room temperature for a couple of days, but pies with dairy or eggs, like pumpkin pies, need to be refrigerated immediately.
Okay,
Oh,
but once they're
gosh.
refrigerated, they last for a month, right?
Yeah,
They do last for a month.
they
For
last for,
months.
it says here they last
for a month.
It says right here in writing they last for months.
All right, and then after Thanksgiving, you know what comes next, right?
Oh, yeah.
Not Christmas.
Conference championship week.
No, shut up with that. Black Friday. The shopping
Yes.
day.
Mhm.
Is
And-
Cyber Monday bigger than Black Friday now? I think it is. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
I think it is.
Well, I think that Black Friday has become Cyber Friday, basically. Because a lot of shopping people do online on Black Friday, too. And I noticed when I went online on Friday, there were people, there were websites that was our big Black Friday sale. And they're showing you stuff that they're selling online for Black Friday.
Huh.
So it's not like you're
You're right.
prohibited from doing a
Right.
sale online on Friday after Thanksgiving.
But Black Friday is the day that everybody lines up at 6 a.m. at the Walmart, and when they open the doors, there's this land rush.
That still happens?
Yeah, I saw a
Okay.
video of it from this weekend.
Okay.
According to the internet, Cyber Monday this year will be worth about $14 billion in sales. Black Friday, $11 billion.
Okay.
So Cyber Monday is a little bigger.
Yeah, this says that $12.5 million pass through online shopping carts every minute during Black Friday.
Wow.
$12.5 million every single minute.
Wow.
So, yeah, I actually participated in Black Friday for the first time this
Online,
year
or you actually got out?
in person.
Wow.
Okay.
Giorgio.
Okay.
And it failed for me.
Why?
All right. So here's the story. And this relates to our big email that we had, our big viewer email of the week. So I am determined that I'm going to give myself a gift.
Okay.
I want me a big ass old Buick. Unlike the one I already
Yeah,
have.
I thought you already had one.
Yes, but I'm wanting one that was made from like 1995 to around 2008, in that time period, with a
Okay.
3800 engine in it.
Okay.
That one in particular, very reliable car. So I thought of you, Giorgio, because the big old Buick LeSabre.
Yeah. My dad always had one of those.
My dad had one too.
Everyone had a LeSabre at some point.
Yeah.
We had a LeSabre. We had a 1995 LeSabre, as a matter of fact. And there was one Cowboys training camp in Wichita Falls where I borrowed a car from one of my car dealer friends. And it was a Park Avenue Ultra. It was the biggest grandpa car you've ever seen. And I freaking loved that
Crushed
thing.
velvet seats.
This one had the leather seats
Okay.
in it. This is after they had moved. That is my favorite era of the Park Avenues and
Yeah.
LeSabres, is when you had that huge pillow top
Oh,
cloth,
So
whatever that
comfy.
velour.
Yes.
yeah.
That is awesome. But those are a little bit too old for me. I want something with airbags and things like that. So Black Friday sale, I noticed that they had this 1995 Buick LeSabre at a car dealership. It was one of their Friday doorbuster sales for Black Friday.
Doorbuster.
Doorbuster.
Okay. Yeah.
And so I was going to go, you know how much it was listed for? It probably had maybe 110,000 miles on it.
I don't know. Is it to the point of being classic where it's worth like 20,000 or 10,000?
$995. Of course, the whole time I'm thinking, like, how is this going to go over at home when I pull up in this vehicle?
It backfires as you're pulling in.
Backfires. Shoots the tailpipe through the front window of the house. So I wait. It's, the dealership opens, and it's a doorbuster sale. So I know I got to get there pretty early. So I head to the dealership, and I think they opened at 9. I'm still having coffee and everything. So I probably got there around 10. And I'm thinking, I'm just going to buy this thing. I mean, it's $995, right?
Sure.
It's my Christmas gift to myself. So I show up there and I asked about it. And they said, dude, that thing's been gone for hours. Said that a guy showed up at 4:30 in the morning.
Wow.
Get in line.
Oh my
Really?
gosh.
Yeah, and then there was a line for that car.
Wow.
I know. So the one time that I decide, okay, I am going to go for a Black Friday sale and actually buy something, I was way too late. So apparently people still do line up for things.
On Black Friday,
Yeah.
a 30-year-old car.
Yep.
Wow.
So the reason I want
I'm
to
almost glad you didn't get it, because where are you going to keep it? Then it's going to be,
I don't know.
you're going to spend money on it. It's
I
going to be
know.
a money
Yes.
pit.
Yes.
You're like a
All
very
that.
poor man's Jay Leno.
Yes.
You have a kind of a
I
spare
have a-
car collection, but you like to collect
An
them.
extremely spare car collection of uncollectible cars.
Right.
That's my motto. I collect the uncollectible. But I want to get that car because I want to do a road trip during my Christmas vacation. Maybe drive out to the west. You could go with me, George.
1995 Buick?
In an old Buick with that great 3800 V6 that they made for many years. It's
going to overheat in Arizona.
It's going to be great. I'm going to get it in tip-top shape. It's going to live forever, as well as me. I'm going to live forever as well. So it's going to be awesome.
Okay, well, I'm
in a big old American sedan, which there are not hardly any anymore. I'm trying to think of what American company even makes a sedan.
Why don't you drive that trip in the old Buick that you currently own? That's an old American sedan.
That one ain't going to make it. I let that one set up too long.
Cracked block on it or something?
No, it's got, you let it set up and those got carburetors. So those will get all gummed and it's got zero safety features in that thing.
Right. Doesn't even have seat belts.
I'm trying to think. That may be the first year that they had breakaway steering columns. Before that, because mine's in 1974, my old Buick Electra 225. And before that year, if you got head-on collision, the steering wheel was a jousting lance that went right through you.
Oh, my gosh.
Why don't you get rid of that then, since you're never going to drive it?
That's the plan. I'm going to list that on bringatrailer.com. And somebody can park. It's just a place where people sell old cars.
Okay.
But you can get some great cars on that.
Because you can't drive it away.
You can't drive it. That's why they call it Bring a Trailer. But yeah.
Why don't you trade it for a 95 LeSabre?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Now you're talking.
No, I think that's good. That's something you want to do and you're going to act on it. That goes back to
I was going to act on it, but I didn't line up at 4 a.m. for it. So.
Yeah, but you're still motivated to look for another one.
Here's the problem with those cars, these old Buicks, is the word's out on them, and people know that they had one of the best engines that GM ever made as far as reliability and longevity. But you only have two kinds of old Buick LeSabres in Buick Park Avenues, and there were several others, The Regal had that in there, and they're either grandpa cars, which is what you want, right? You want the old grandpa that had the thing because he always took it to the dealership and always got the work done on it.
Yeah. Didn't drive it hard.
Didn't drive it very much at all, and didn't drive it hard. And then you have the people that came in and bought them afterwards and tricked them out so much that they're just destroyed. So there really is kind of not a lot in between, and it's harder and harder to find a car that was made, in 2005 that is coming straight from grandpa, because grandpa checked out a while ago and that thing's been sold. So
why don't you get one with some hydraulics on it?
I may do that. I've never understood that. I mean, it looks really cool, I guess, when you bounce the thing, but have you seen the dudes who build up the hydraulic cars? And then they basically have contests where they all show up and they just bounce them until they destroy. And that, they don't mind their car being destroyed afterwards because that's part of the experience.
See how good
you build it to self-destruct when you're bouncing it. And fenders flying off and all kind of craziness.
It's so great if you got one of those and you pulled up to a red light and person in the car next to you was like, wow, that's Gordo. I listened to him. And then you just stare at him and start going up and down. And they think, what
Left
a weirdo.
Wheel up, right wheel up.
I didn't know he was into this.
So that's my Black Friday story for you, trying to get a Buick. So if a listener has a grandpa
email
that has a Buick Park Avenue, particularly the Ultra, which was supercharged. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Supercharged. But that was my greatest, what cowboy training camp that was when I borrowed that Park Avenue Ultra and drove it out there. It's the thing where George went fishing with the kids and they thought that he was a slow adult.
They did not.
That was so funny.
No, they didn't. You guys made that up.
You had a Mickey Mouse rod.
We came back from dinner.
Mickey Mouse rod.
And the apartment complex we were staying in Wichita Falls had a little pond behind it, very spare pond. And George had been telling us he's going to go fishing the whole time.
He'd been threatening us that he was going to go fishing.
So we pull up in the parking lot and we look out there and there are 3 people fishing. Big George with like a hat on that didn't quite fit him and a little miniature.
That's made up
an undersized T-shirt on him and riding up over his belly.
No.
A miniature fishing pole and 2 8-year-olds.
Okay.
It looked so
Number
spare.
one, it was better than just sitting around the apartment talking about whatever ridiculous topic you guys were talking about. And I made friends. There were kids in the
Made
neighborhood,
friends.
and we fished together.
Made friends. You
They were
creeped them
fine.
out.
I didn't creep
They
them
were
out
creeped
either.
out by him, especially when you told them to keep telling you about the rabbits. You wouldn't hear about the rabbits again.
They
Wasn't like
100% thought that you rode your adult tricycle to the
they
pond.
didn't either. They looked at me as a great fishing leader.
What?
As
A
I was
fishing
ripping
leader?
bass out of there. They thought that was awesome.
You didn't catch a damn
I
thing
did
out of that.
too.
I
It
don't
wasn't the
remember
pond
that.
that I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be like a,
I want that
Golf
on
course.
a T-shirt. It wasn't the pond I thought it was going to be.
well, like a golf course pond that just is loaded with big bass. I did catch several bass.
Wait, they stock
delicious bass.
golf
Yeah.
golf course ponds are stocked?
Some of them are. That's some of the best fishing I've ever done on some golf courses.
I don't know about that.
There's a tiny golf course south of Dallas-Fort Worth where they stock the pond, and Deion Sanders was famous for going down there
Yeah.
and fishing Star Hollow.
Yeah.
He was famous for going down there and fishing.
Yeah.
I wonder if Dion still fishes or whether because didn't he lose a
He's
He
had
didn't lose
lot
a
of
foot, did he?
health issues, some toes. And yeah, he
battling cancer, right?
He got through that, but he has these blood clot problems, I
Yeah.
think, that
Ah,
are still
jeez.
cropping up. Yeah.
I know.
Don't you hate to see that, especially from an athlete
One of
like
the
him,
greatest
like one
athletes
of the
ever.
greatest
Yeah.
specimens of a human ever?
Yeah.
Yes, hate it.
It's horrible.
Remember when he showed us his leg that looked
Yes.
like it had a shark bite out of it?
Because he got that infection.
Oh, is that what it was? I just assumed it was a shark bite because I liked fishing so much.
I don't think so.
That shows the danger of a surgery. It was a fairly routine surgery
Yeah.
on his toe,
You're right.
but he had that infection.
Ugh.
Okay, speaking of Christmas, since we're going into Christmas, favorite Christmas movie?
I think it's become Elf. It used to be Home Alone. First Home Alone.
I bet you Craig has never seen either of those.
I've seen both of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like them both. My favorite is the second generation of A Christmas Carol, not the very first one made in 1929 or something. It was the one made in 39 roughly, I think, with Alistair Sim.
Oh my gosh. It's a
And-
talkie, isn't it?
It's a talkie.
Okay.
It's black and white. It's kind of short, but I love it. I watch it every year.
So I watched the greatest Christmas movie of all time,
Here comes a vast overrating.
Die Hard.
Oh. Okay.
It
It was that eternal debate.
Absolutely still holds up.
It does.
It
It's
is
a great movie.
so fantastic.
And
That
it is
movie
a Christmas movie,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, that's the big stupid debate that people have culturally is it a Christmas movie or not? I don't care
It's
whether
a
it
Christmas
is or not.
party at the big office.
Bruce Willis says that it's not because it came out in July and it was a summer blockbuster. But it's set at Christmas time, so
Yeah.
and it's become a tradition for people to watch it during the holiday season.
Why wouldn't they release that at Christmas time?
I don't know.
Because that's a big movie release time as well.
Yeah, I don't know. They wanted it to be a summer blockbuster, I guess. But it is so good and it's so unlike movies that are made now. And I hope that I'm not good old days syndroming this because I read a bunch of reputable people talking about, no, it actually is a fantastic movie. It's not just you thinking, oh, back in my day, things were better. But there are things that I like about it because it's not like present day movies. Number one is you have not everything shake cam.
Right.
You know, now today action movies, they edit them so fast and shaky, like their idea is to make you be able to not even follow the action.
Yes, I hate that.
It's supposed to, it's like almost the modern films give you the feeling of action without ever showing much action, you
Right.
know,
Yeah.
just by camera movements and confusion. But it's so well shot, and also it's a non-second screen kind of movie. We've talked about this before, about how now movie makers make movies that you don't have to watch because most people can't watch movies anymore because they like to look at their phone at the same time.
Incredible.
And they have the movie on in the background, and you have to make it where you can follow the movie without watching it,
Mm-hmm.
which is,
My gosh, are you
I
serious?
know. I hate that movies are that way, but they have to respond to the way people are.
Yeah.
And in Die Hard, so much of things, something is just shown briefly that if you miss that scene, then you don't see that is tied in with something that's going to happen later. You know, you got to actually, you're getting visual information as well as just auditory information.
But he takes his shoes off. That's very important to try
I
to
noticed
start
this time as I watched it more carefully that almost everything that was introduced played some part in the story.
Yeah.
Like there wasn't a lot of loose ends that were there. You know, there were a lot of Chekhov's guns in the movie. You know, something was, if they show the gun in the first act, it was going to have to go off in the second act.
Yeah.
Whether it's just the mention of the watch that she gets, whether it's him, the guy telling him about the shoe trick, and then he's the whole movie without the shoes. That's great.
Son of a bitch. Yeah, it doesn't work.
I know. And the other thing that I love, which they don't seem to get these days, is a hero is a guy who's really fallible, who's up against it, and you see his humanity.
Yeah.
I don't want the superhero who all you ever feel from him is plot armor.
Yeah.
I like the guy like Bruce Willis that, like when he's fighting with Carl, he's just yelling at him, calling him an MFer, and like that's the way people fight in the street.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Is this real frantic kind of thing, not this cinematic kind of fighting.
Yeah.
It's a real grapple and a real, you know, two dudes battling at a bar.
Yeah.
That all just made it so fantastic. And Bruce Willis is so good and so likable in it and so relatably human in it.
The newscaster almost ruins that movie.
Yeah, that was a little over the top. Which one? You're talking about the reporter or the actual newscaster?
Yeah, the reporter. Yeah, who...
Oh, I thought he was pretty good.
It's just so ridiculous, though.
Die Hard gets 94% on the tomato meter.
Yeah, it's great.
For both critics and the audience.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good. And the crazy thing about it, Alan Rickman, that was his very first movie.
Wow.
He was a stage actor, and he agreed to do this movie, and he makes one of the most iconic villain characters of all time with Hans Gruber.
God, he was
so
evil.
Good.
Yeah.
Did you guys take part in the greatest Thanksgiving movie to watch? Planes, Trains, and Automobiles?
I did. I thought about you. I watched it when I was putting those cots together. And to me, it holds up.
I think
it's because I'm an
holds
old guy, but my kids love that movie too. They think it's hilarious.
It has become the Thanksgiving movie. Like there are a lot of Christmas movies, but that's the Thanksgiving movie, right?
You know what I call that movie?
Oh, no.
A shit movie.
That is,
and I mean no offense by it. I don't mean
just
that.
saying that.
I don't mean that as a negative.
Stop it.
That's in my top 5 comedies of all time list.
No, it's a great movie.
When John Candy's driving with the lit cigarette, doing the mess around, and playing the piano on the dash, and gets all crossed up. Oh my gosh, it still
goes out of
kills me
control.
every
Car
time.
spins around, and Steve sleeps through it all,
Yeah.
and then wakes up. What happened? Oh, we just almost hit a deer. That's all.
That's all.
Are you okay? Yes,
He
I'm
turns
fine.
into the devil when he tries to go in between the two trucks. Man, that will always be funny to me. Oh, don't big time it. Don't big time it. You're just mad that you weren't in the movie, and it's a great movie.
Okay, but don't you consider Die Hard a better action movie than Planes, Trains, and Automobiles?
Well, it's a different movie.
And George is right. You're mad. You've always been mad that you weren't in that movie.
Yes.
Planes,
That
Trains,
could
and
have been
Automobiles.
That's stupid.
breakthrough.
That's stupid. I don't even know if that's in the top 5 of John Hughes movies.
Oh,
Oh my
please,
gosh, dude.
You put that above Breakfast Club?
yes,
Yes,
100%.
absolutely.
It's number 1.
You put it above Pretty in
Oh.
Pink?
Yes,
Yeah.
Ferris Bueller's.
that's great.
That's closer,
Yeah, that's a good comparison.
but as a holiday movie, which it is, it's just, it's the best.
You know, it suffered from what I think a lot of movies suffered from during that period of time. Not enough Molly Ringwald. That's the big
Please.
knock against Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Boy, the rental car scene, again, it's been it's been talked about for 30 years. Is that
Okay,
movie 30 years old now?
Let's hear you recite the. You can
I
do it
can't.
here, podcast.
I can't do it. It's not Caddyshack, so I can't hit it word for word.
When they show Steve walking back from the vacant rental car spot and how he has to slide down that snowy hill, walk across a runway, because this rental car wasn't there. and then how mad he is at the counter. And she tells him to hold just a minute because she's on the phone. Gobble, gobble.
Gobble, gobble.
She's having this cute conversation. He's so mad.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
start.
He's only trying to rile us up.
By wiping that stupid
Stupid what?
smile. Off
Did
your stupid.
he say something before that?
He may have. I can't remember. Like I said, I couldn't do it word for word.
All right, now this is a little bit sappy, but I just want to take this moment to tell you guys how thankful I am for each of you.
Oh, that's really.
I thought
really
about you
sweet.
over the holidays, and I was so thankful to think that I found these two guys that we have been doing this for as long as we've been doing it, and
Yeah.
how well we've gotten along and how many laughs we still have.
That's
And
very
so
sweet.
I
Gordo.
was thankful for it, and I thought I would thank you, not personally, but on the podcast.
Okay.
Because
That
George
counts.
still refuses to give me his number, so I can't text him.
You know what? That's very sweet of you. And I actually thought of you guys too on Thanksgiving. And I had that same thought, how thankful I was to have the two of you in my life. And I said, you should text them and tell them that here on Thanksgiving. And of course, I never did.
Yeah.
It's just
I
got
said I'm
better
going to
things.
wait and tell you guys on the podcast. So I too would like to.
Oh, you're getting credit too.
Yes.
Okay, good.
That I am very thankful.
And even though
for
you guys
you
are
guys.
like my bestest friends of all time, you didn't notice something about me today that's very different.
I noticed you had falsies, but I've seen you wear
Okay,
those
that's
before.
Not true. It's not true.
I don't know what's up with you.
What do you know? What's different?
He's wearing sweats or action pants.
Oh, yeah.
No, these are sweatpants, brother. These
Wow.
are old school, right out of the Rocky Balboa.
Balboa?
Rocky Valvano.
Okay,
is what I
that
almost read.
is the most old man
Balboa.
look in the history.
But wait,
Isn't it horrible?
but wait a minute. Are they new sweatpants or are they old,
These
old
are
sweatpants?
new. I think these are new sweatpants. I found them in my closet and I put them on. I was like, damn, these are comfortable. And so I'm thinking about just going full give up.
Man.
So now both of you gentlemen are looking at a guy who's wearing,
that is amazing.
Who is at
who's
the
wearing
end.
sweatpants with dress shoes and who wants to own a Buick Park Avenue. So
in a typewriter T-shirt.
Wow.
grandpa experience.
You have given up.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for noticing that.
That is amazing.
We always used to ask that. When does a guy start giving up
Mhm.
when he dresses? And well, for Gordon, it's what are you, 81?
81 now. And I guess women have switched away from the sweatpants. Those used to be the give up pants
Yeah.
that women would wear. But I think now it's gone to that
Yoga. pants.
Yoga pants.
yoga pants.
They all wear that.
It's so funny you did that because I wore sweats over the Thanksgiving break. And
Mhm.
gosh, I just love it. It's so comfy. Especially now that the temperatures are getting colder.
Yes. It makes you feel like God's giving your legs a hug.
And as I was putting on my pair of jeans to go to work, I said, no, I can't put on that pair of sweats because they will just kill me if I wear them.
And then I show up.
And then you show up, we don't say a thing,
That's right.
and didn't notice until
even
you stood
notice.
up.
Yeah, these are my dress sweatpants.
But sweatpants with dress shoes, though.
Don't worry about that part of it.
So you feel like you're going to go with these
Grandpa.
a lot from here on out?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And I'm investigating buying some shoes that are Velcroed that you
Oh,
fasten with
boy.
Velcro.
Yeah.
And they're orthopedic.
Do we have in the building where we work, do we have a dress code of no sweats?
I don't think so.
No, just no sandals.
Yeah. That gets violated the summertime.
Yeah, I violates that.
Do you also have very long, dark dress socks on with garters?
Not garters, but
He has dark socks.
You do. You do.
Fantastic.
Man.
I look great.
I'm going to start calling you Grandpa Gordo.
All the ladies love me. All the ladies love me. All right, we're done for this episode. Happy
Well,
Thanksgiving,
that was fun.
George.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Belated.
Happy Thanksgiving.
It's
Yeah,
belated.
We're all very thankful.
Of course. And thanks to Peter Welton, our producer, on this episode of the Musers, the podcast. Once again, thank you for listening to this episode. And a reminder, all our former episodes, they're still out there. They're not really former episodes. I guess they still
They're
are episodes.
Right.
Yeah, get caught up.
Yeah, get caught up on the Musers, the podcast.
Don't forget, you can follow the Musers across all kinds of social media. That's your thing. TikTok, Twitter, Blue Sky, YouTube, Instagram. Just search the Musers and follow. Don't forget you can send your letters for Letter of the Week to themuserspod@gmail.com. The Musers, the podcast, is a Tired Head production.
Stop smelling me.